Hi, my name is Yogesh Joshi, and we are at India Mobile Congress today. And we have with us an interesting startup called Ongo Framework. The company is, led by Mr. Rama Kuppa, who is the CEO and founder of the startup. And let's, hear from the, horse's mouth as to what the company is all about.
Thank you, Yogesh, for this opportunity. Ongo is a artificial intelligence-based low-code, no-code framework that helps build the technology required for small and medium businesses, enterprises at a very quick time. When I say we reduce time, we reduce 60 to 90% of the time for the enterprises, and at the same time for the SMEs, we can deliver the SMEs technology required in 15 minutes to the entire operations. Yes.
Okay. So this seems to be a pretty interesting, portfolio. And can you talk a little bit about the kind of apps as to, which ecosystem, which sector are these related to, and how, a country like India, should get
Yes.
benefited?
Yes, definitely. See, when you say the category of businesses that can use our technology, we started almost like 2 years back, and the first few applications that we have built are on health and medical, e-commerce, so on and so forth. But as on today, with the massive growth that we have seen in the last 2 years, we support almost 10,300 plus business categories, in which 400 plus business categories who primarily belongs to health and medical, e-commerce, hospitality segments, professional services can make better utilization of this entire technology. Coming back to the growth in terms of from the SME sector to the enterprises, we have seen the tremendous growth in terms of the intelligence that we are building. So the gradual growth that we have seen in the maturity of the applications itself with Ongo Framework scaled from the low, small and medium and businesses towards the enterprise scale applications. So that is a natural growth that we are seeing. Let me give an example from a small dentist using our technology way back in 2016. Now we matured it to a clinic, we matured it to a hospital, now we matured it to a huge conglomerates in the health and medical segment. So that's a gradual growth that we are seeing with respect to the artificial intelligence maturity, thus the deliverable of the application as well. So coming back to your second question in terms of how digital India can actually get utilized from us, what is happening in this digital ecosystem is Ramu Kaka shop of the world is literally getting lost, and the big giants are gaining the entire traffic. So our focus is to make this micro SMEs get completely digitally having it, so that they can actually compete with the bigger ecosystem players, at least in that local vicinity. That is our first goal of Digital India. So we wanted to pioneer that and make sure that every small and medium business, micro, small and medium business gets the technology that they require so that they can compete against the big boys of the world.
It's a very, interesting and exciting vision of yours that you have from, your expectation or a dream of a true digital India in terms of, helping companies like you. Or SMBs who are sitting, millions of, SMBs, small businesses are, operating from nook and corners of the country. But somehow they don't know. They don't know how to use technology, where to use it, when to use it. So these are things, I believe these are some of the, ground level challenges which SMB or a startup even, are facing. And we believe that Digital India, while yes, it is already it has given a good head start to the overall vision of, reaching out to every, common man, every nook and corner of the country. Definitely, yes, this will obviously go forward from here. There is no, looking back. Nobody can hold technologies. It cannot be, controlled by bigger giants. That this is what we see it as, because we are also a startup. But we try, to not to categorize ourselves under that whatever schemes MSME startup schemes, because we have we believe that it is our responsibility first to ensure that the right you know the ones who have a platform, very interesting idea, innovative concepts, they should be first given opportunity to take advantage of those schemes which are currently being run. And with this, Rama, what do you see as to how your company will help in transforming the businesses of these SMBs, let's say, or the hospital sector, the medical sector? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. See again, on the not just on the hospital sector, as you rightly mentioned, the last mile of the SME has to be touched. And one thing is, again, we are going with our channel partners that is helping us to reach the last mile, because as you rightly mentioned, the villages are the real backbone of India. And if we can penetrate the technology to the last mile, that is a tier 2, tier 3 cities and the villages, that is where the real differentiating factor would come. Again, if you see in the journey of telco, the last mile is getting covered by the telco. Every village now has the connectivity. Every tier 3 city has a connectivity with the recent advent of the 4Gs coming in. So we wanted to hop on them and try to bring the technology that is required in terms of a mobile app, in terms of a marketplace kind of solutions, in terms of campaigning capabilities, along with, we call it as this as a customer experience, where it all starts with discovery of the product, service and the business itself. So that is our first goal. A small kirana shop, a small handloom worker in a village working on a sari can able to take a picture of it, push it into marketplace so that that sari gets discovered. Maybe somebody sitting in US and trying to purchase a handloom sari. So that kind of discoverability is what our first goal to bring to every small and medium business. When we have the discoverability, and the immediate thing is reviews, ratings and comments. So based on the higher reviews, we call it as evaluation. So evaluation of the product. So we wanted to bring in that, and then the commerce transactions do take place. And when the commerce transactions do take place, eventually it's a customer journey, right from trying to identify or trying to position, search for a product and discover a handloom maker in a remote places of India. From a discovering that particular guy to becoming and making a transaction with him, making sure that he gets engaged with him, and finally become a loyal customer of a village-based merchant and a US-based consumer. So this is the gap that we wanted to bridge in, and this is definitely possible with the technology that we have built and the reach that we want to get it through government partnerships and also to the telco partnerships, so that that reach is massive and the technology is capable of doing it.
Wonderful, wonderful. One last question, Rama. So as you rightly said, Rama, there's a lot of expectation from those sectors, those unconnected sectors, or those sectors who does not have these kind of access of technologies. What's your, which you said that you definitely want to do something for them. You don't want to build a kind of a technology or an ecosystem where these guys can leverage and ride on that technology, or take the advantage of it. My last question to you is, where do we see Ongo Framework down the line 2 to 5 years from now?
Again, India is a huge country, and even the number says it all. We have more than 50 plus million registered micro, small and medium businesses there in India right now, and more than that which are unaccounted for. And all these guys are unconnected. We want to bring that connection alive. That way makes really a true digital India initiative. So that's my feeling. So when that true digital India is coming in, with the capability of a remote player getting the entire technology, that is where Ongo wants to see it. And at least the target is to at least reach a 10% of the total, businesses that are around it. And when we can reach that, I think that's where the scale coming into play. And the next thing that we are looking at is a 100,000 number that we wanted to hit recently and in the near future. So once that's the first goal, to hit 100,000 merchants to be onboarded. And once we reach that goal, then the targets would be much higher. And along with the partnerships, again, that is one thing which the reason why we are here, for exploring the opportunities around with the telco players. If the partnerships are really strong and we can be with them, the numbers can be much, much larger, and the goal of real digital India can be made possible.